If you look at Matthew chapter 1, it's the genealogy of Jesus Christ. It's the Messiah of Jesus Christ. It starts from Abraham, and at the end of it, Jesus is born, right? But then, if you look at that genealogy, intentionally that they put these women in the genealogy. Now, who are those women? Rahab, who was prostitute, is in the genealogy of the Messiah. Tamar, who slept with her father-in-law, is in the genealogy of Messiah. And Bathsheba, who David stole the wife of his own man and killed that man, that woman Bathsheba, is in the genealogy of Messiah. It's not honorable genealogy. It's pretty shameful genealogy. And you call this genealogy of Jesus Christ, Messiah. How could this be? How could this be? Question arises. Shouldn't genealogy of Messiah be more honorable, glorious, and pure and sacred? How come genealogy of Messiah is filled with prostitute, the woman who slept with his father-in-law, the woman who David stole his friend's wife and killed his friends? Intentionally, they put those women in there. They could have not put them in there. If you imagine, the genealogy of Messiah should be pure, sacred, honorable, and glorious. But it's not. A lot of stains are in it. How could this be? Why? Why is genealogy of Messiah like that? But if you think about it, that is exactly what genealogy of Messiah should be. It's not, how could genealogy of Messiah like that? It's more like genealogy of Messiah is like that and should be like that. It's very fitting that genealogy of Messiah is filled with prostitutes and the woman who slept with his father-in-law, and all the stains are in it. That is what genealogy of Messiah is supposed to look like. Why? Because it's a genealogy of Messiah, Savior. It's a genealogy that needs salvation. If it's a genealogy of purity and sacred and honorable, it's not in need of Savior. There's no need for Messiah to come out of that genealogy. Because you desperately need, because that genealogy desperately needs Messiah, that's why at the end of the genealogy, Messiah is born to redeem that genealogy. So it's not, how could this be? But it is more like, that is genealogy of Messiah. That is fitting. Because you desperately need Messiah in that genealogy. Messiah is born from that genealogy. It's a genealogy of a sinner, therefore Messiah comes into the genealogy of sinner. If it's genealogy of righteous, then Messiah will not come because Messiah is not needed. the birth of Messiah comes from genealogy of sinners, because genealogy of sinners desperately needs Messiah. If it was a genealogy of righteous, then Messiah would not have come, because that genealogy does not need Messiah. Because you're a sinner, the Savior is born and salvation is accomplished. Because you're righteous, Savior will not be born and salvation will not be accomplished. Because when you're righteous, you're not in need of the Savior. Now, if you carefully look at the genealogy of Jesus Christ, that was the example. Like Tamar, Rahab, Bathsheba. But if you look through each one's life in Old Testament, it's very horrifying and terrifying stories. So I have to remember, and you have to remember, Jesus Christ saved me from horrifying and terrifying curse. It's not some cute little sins that Jesus did some cute little love to save. What he did was this overwhelming, horrifying, and terrifying sin I am, the curse I have. He redeemed me with his life on the cross, with his death on the cross. So I always wondered, how come genealogy of Jesus Christ, should it be like pure, sacred, and honorable? Why is it filled with all these stains? Why is it shameful genealogy? But I come to realize that is exactly what genealogy of Jesus is supposed to be. Because that is what genealogy of the Messiah is supposed to be. Because that genealogy is desperately in need of the Messiah.